My name is Jamie Jacques. Today I will be taking you through my process of facilitating international entrepreneurship for the company Lococo. Lococo is a micro business as operations are currently small scale. They aim to position themselves in the market as providers of luxury chocolate products, with a primary focus on being socially responsible via the means of fair trade and organic ingredients. This is a good strategy as according to the ICCO, the organic cocoa market only represents 0.5% of the whole cocoa market worldwide, and this percentage is predicted to grow rapidly. Systematic approach to international market selection. This model broadly identifies all the different types of data to be considered when carrying out market selection. Stage 1, macroeconomic factors such as GDP, culture and population. Stage 2, industry criteria, so in this case, chocolate consumption. Stage 3, micro data, for example, competitors and suppliers. This model also points out a market should be tested before selected. As the UK is a member of the EU, and member countries are all within close geographic proximity, a strategy would be first to evaluate possible opportunities within the European Union. Taking countries forward that are also OECD members leaves 19 countries. Going into a market that is a member of the OECD means Lococo will have a bit more security in the legal side of operations as the body enforces policies on businesses to make sure they stay within state law boundaries. Next, GDP per capita was analysed. A country with a good GDP per capita could mean good sales potential for Lococo due to their aimed luxury market positioning. Information has been triangulated for validity. Sweden, Luxembourg, Austria, Ireland, Denmark and Netherlands are all in the top 6. Luxembourg is substantial. I have not focused too much on population as large countries are usually very competitive. However, looking at it does give an idea of future market potential. Lococo is a small company, and to begin with, going into a smaller market in Europe with aims of domination is a lot more likely than going into the likes of France or Germany. Cultural insights can be identified using Hofstede's model. A few factors that stand out are Denmark's, Netherlands and Sweden's level of masculinity. Lococo may have a better shot at getting the best prices possible off suppliers in these countries. Also, business-to-business transactions should run pretty smoothly. Austria has the lowest IDV, indicating it is the most collectivist out of the considered. Lococo may benefit from standardized sales here rather than customized options. All these countries are members of the World Fair Trade Organization, which suggests the government is supportive of fair trade. Going into one of these markets could be good for Lococo, as they will get a good reputation for also supporting the fair trade movement. Also, customers are likely to be more inclined to buy fair trade. All previously analysed countries have great chocolate consumption, Ireland in first place, Austria second, but Netherlands with an even more fair trade focus. The main players in Europe for fair trade chocolate are Divine and Greens and Blacks chocolate. They have a great product range and a great fair trade awareness because of endorsement by the World Fair Trade Organization itself. They are currently in Sweden, Netherlands and Ireland. Lococo should avoid trying to compete with these players, as when they find out about Lococo they may copy their ideas. Austria is the weakest for competition, with only one small-sized competitor that offers fair trade chocolate, but it does not offer truffles or cookies. And the name of this competitor is Zotter. After weighing up all the considered factors, Austria has been chosen. Reasons are weak competition, high consumption, and World Fair Trade Organization membership. They will go in wholly owned, so high control is retained with prospects of higher profit potential. Possible strategic alliances and maybe a joint venture with Zotter can be employed later on as a growth strategy. From a global perspective, I will look into emerging markets experiencing rapid growth and industrialization. Iran and Korea are growing but will not be looked at due to political issues. Brazil, Russia, India, China, Turkey and Mexico have the best GDP per capita. Again, population is not a huge factor at this stage. However, it is interesting to consider China. It has a massive population and is growing rapidly. They are not lying when they say it is the next superpower. Hofstadter's analysis shows big differences in culture among all these countries, so Lococo may have to adopt advice from local people to deal with cultural issues. The main similarity is masculinity. Negotiations with suppliers for Lococo will be of a similar nature to that of the UK. Russia has a great chocolate consumption, however it is not a member of the World Fair Trade Organization, neither is Turkey. Brazil has a good consumption and is a member of the World Fair Trade Organization. So sales potential in Brazil could look to be very inviting for Lococo. In terms of competition, Mexico appears to be the most competitive as 3 companies with a high product range, fair trade positioning can be identified. Brazil and China are home to gaps in the market that can be filled by Lococo's providings. After again weighing up all the factors, Brazil is chosen. As on all fronts apart from culture, it proves to be a very appealing destination. The same market entry will be adopted as for Austria. Control must be retained. Partnering in the early stages could lead to the loss of exclusive recipes and ideas, and also in the worst case scenario, generation of a direct competitor. Adaptation of the marketing mixes to the international ventures. Products in Austria should mostly be of plain flavour, however made from the finest ingredients possible. The chocolate in Brazil must be dark chocolate flavoured as this will match needs of local consumers. Place will be the same for both locations, starting with a cafe outlet, providing collection of bulk and ideally eventually distribution of frozen bulk. Price. Discounts will remain on bulk orders. For consumers, it will averagely cost 0.8 euros per truffle in Austria and 1.99 Brazilian real in Brazil. Promotion. Advertising needs to be in German in Austria. Below the line tools will be used. Messages will be sent ensuring Lococo is the finest around, as the people are uncertainty avoiders. Brazil advertising needs to be in Portuguese, as it is a collectivist society, so public relations will be effective. They are long-term thinkers, so relationship marketing, establishing a long-term relationship, will be ideal. Here are my references. Books. Alibaba proved a useful website for analysts to find competitors and to analyze competitors. Google Translate enabled me to see what the competitors were saying in English. Here is a small communication tool if Lococo were to market their products at the World Fair Trade Organization Rio event. Thank you for listening.